On the front page of the Punch newspaper, IG deploys special anti-bandit squads nationwide. That is what the story is saying. You also have the NSA visiting Benue and talking tough in terms of what's happening, saying the evil will be defeated, and he's saying the president met a bad situation. Well, let's start with the move by the IG. A good step, a right step in the right direction, but do you see this as one of the key steps we need to take to ensure that an end comes to this? Do you see this actually moving the needle in terms of stopping all of these violent acts happening in some different parts of the country?
Well, I commend that special anti-banditry squad, but I doubt if it can make much impact because the police, the military, all of them have been on their feet trying to defeat this banditry. So this special anti-banditry squad, it depends on their numerical strength too. Because if you deploy them all over Nigeria, I've not heard of any massive recruitment in the Nigerian police. Because we also have shortage of manpower. You have the issue of our policing not really technologically driven. Because these bandits, these terrorists, they always launch their attack through ungoverned spaces, so they can operate off the radar. And until we deploy air surveillance, drones, and items like devices like that, we will not be able to really man them. In a situation where bandits operate in a village or town for hours uninterrupted, and sometimes, according to reports, they even settle down in overthrown villages, then you know that it's not only intent that are not adequate, the security agents are not on top of the issues. So just setting up the anti-banditry squad is not enough. What's the numerical strength of this so-called squad? Because we are going to deploy them all over the country. Good. For Oyo State now, how many are being deployed to Oyo State? Because if you are deploying such to Oyo State, for instance, you'll be expecting nothing less than 1,000. Are you going to pull them out from the existing police force, or these ones are new? Because if you put them out of the existing police force in Oyo State, for instance, already we do not have enough policemen to man Oyo State. So we have a lot of issues, but it's a pity when this administration first got there, there was this, determination to defeat banditry and terrorism. But in the last few months, the situation has changed. It's as if these bandits and terrorists, they are having upper hand.
Also, you still have, the move by the NSA to Benue State and some of the statements he's made, saying that the evil will be defeated, saying that the president also inherited a bad situation. What do you see in terms of the move by the NSA? Do you see any change coming in terms of the approach to dealing with these bandits?
The move was good, but the comments, I have reservation about the comments, because telling us that the president met a bad situation. You're already almost 2 years in office. You are still telling us that the president met a bad situation. Yes, it's a good thing that the NSA went there himself to appraise the situation on ground, but it's not enough to just tell us that he met a bad situation, evil will be defeated. When will evil be defeated? When? The question is when. Is it when the whole country is already in a state of emergency that the evil will now be defeated? No, it's getting too long. Those who are dead are not going to come back to life. Those who are maimed, those who are going through trauma because of these attacks, what are they going to do to them? Nothing. The government is not taking responsibility for most of these things, and you are telling us that evil will be defeated. When is the question? Until the half of the population of Nigeria has been killed and overrun by bandits? No, it has to be defeated now.
Do you think they are out of ideas?
It's beginning to look like that, because if they are not out of idea, will not be telling us at this point that the president met a bad situation. The president himself told us that he's going to hit the ground running. Has he been running in the area of security?
Of course, you have Afenifere and Panda saying the federal government is overwhelmed. That is their position on this particular one. What do you think can be done? If you're suggesting, for instance, they're out of ideas on how to deal with this situation, what would you suggest should be done?
I think we need to declare a state of emergency on insecurity so that a serious attention will be, the presidency will focus mainly for a given period of time on really destroying these bandits and terrorists. The way we are handling it presently is as if we don't really care about the lives that are being lost. You see the governors, they are becoming pathetic, as if they don't know what else to do. They are becoming frustrated in handling the security of their states, particularly Benue State, even Taraba. So the presidency, number one, the state security agents. I'm talking like I'm a Tekon.
Mm-hmm.
They have to have firearms. And every state must be encouraged. So this issue of state police, there is no better time than now, so that the state government know where they really have to focus, the area that are flashpoints in their states, where to deploy these people. But if you deploy them without firearms and they are going to face these bandits that have firearms, sophisticated weapons, then it's back to ground level. But if they have firearms, they will be able to confront them. And it has gotten to a point that I'm beginning to think that every Nigerian must begin to learn to protect themselves. Just like Danjuma said, General Danjuma said, because this thing is getting out of hand. They are overrunning villages, they are killing them and taking over their farmland. It's going to have a ripple effect. It's going to affect productivity in the area of agriculture. Most of these places that have been overrun, they play prominent role in the food chain in this country.
So the solution you suggested is state policing.
Yes.
Until state policing is
it's
done.
Not just state policing.
Okay.
State policing with firearms.
Until that is done, you think the situation will continue?
That will only, it will mitigate, and ameliorate the situation. Not as if it's a final solution.
So what's the final solution?
The final solution is consistency in combating them. One thing with crime is that if you just have a one-off operation and you relax, they will come back. It's just like when the Bible talked about when you cast out the devil from a particular body. After some time, you will come and peep that how far are they still watching. That's the same thing with crime. So if you are not consistent in combating and attacking them, they will regroup and they will relaunch their attack. So what, for instance, since General Lagbaja passed away, there's been a kind of coldness. I think the present chief of army staff is not yet, getting it. So when these people, they will regroup, and there are insinuations that they are not Nigerians. They will regroup. They will look at the weak points of our security agencies. They know where they operate. They know their schedule. They know their operations. They know where to go. But when there are consistent bombardments, just like I think late last year, there were news that they were running away from the northwest and they were coming because there was serious bombardment there. But when there are total bombardments consistently, they will run away. They will go back to their country if they are not Nigerians. And if they are Nigerians, they will sheath their sword and forget about this banditry thing.
I mean, talking about that take in terms of they not being Nigerians, I believe it was the governor of Benue State who also reiterated this. That was yesterday. That a lot of these individuals, although they spoke some form of Hausa or some form of Fulfulde, it is not the version spoken in Nigeria. And some are suggesting maybe they are even from Mali and the likes. It now brings into question our porous borders. Do you think we're doing enough in terms of this?
Of course, we're not doing enough in the area of porous border, particularly in the northern part of this country, because it's understandable why it's so porous. Because most of the people in that area of the country, they speak common language. So movement, interborder movement becomes so easy because you can't differentiate them based on language. Unlike here, a lot of us, we can differentiate, even within city, but the fact that it's a particular tribe that moves across the border, so it makes it difficult. But government is not doing enough in the area of influx of illegal immigrants into this country, particularly from the northern part of the country.
Is it due to a lack of capacity or willpower?
Well, judging from one of the comments of the Minister for Interior, I think the willpower is there. But Nigeria has a very large landmass. To cover that area, you need a lot of gadgets, you need technology to man those spaces, not just human resources. So I think they have the willpower, but they have not gotten it right yet.